What's good, family? Here we are back at it again with another watch list, June 6th. Alright, looking at it today, we don't have too much economic data coming out while the market is open, but we do have a little bit before the market opens. The big one is going to be unemployment claims. I just know what we have forecasted is 220,000. If that goes up, this coming in at this number or higher should be a little bullish from the market. And then about an hour in the market open, we have natural gas storage going on. Let's take a look at earnings. We don't have too much going on today. We got Neo pre-market. Nothing crazy happened as of right now, but yeah, we had Neo pre-market. So if you wanted to play that, you need to already be in it. And then yeah, don't really see anything else on there of interest to me. So going on, let's go over and look at the charts. So to start out, the SPY went crazy yesterday. We'll throw the new range is going to be from about $24 to $25, topping out right here at $435. I did personally grab a put at this 534 level just because on the lower time frame, it did spend some time just kind of consolidate, or like when it was at, this seemed like forever when it was trading at the 534 level. So I do have a put. I didn't put too much on it. I didn't risk anything crazy, just playing with profits. Ideally, I would love to see a pullback to the 530 level first. I would love to see that, but if it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. Going on, looking at NVIDIA, hey, like I said, I didn't quite throw that $500 in as early as I said I would, but still made some really good money off NVIDIA yesterday. On yesterday's watch list, I said, hey, you may see me throw $500 in this just to watch it run. And yesterday, NVIDIA was up $60 at close, and now it's up an additional $13 after hours. Once again, NVIDIA has run, but understand that it can run a lot more. The levels that there was a lot of call volume on was 1200, 1250, and now the 1300 level has an immense amount of call volume. So that will be the next level that I would look for it to go to. But you know, no promises, just ride the trend. If you're trying to ride the trend on this, I've noticed on about the 30-minute, if you're looking for the entry, this is the 13 EMA, 30-minute chart, 13 EMA. If you see it pull back, may not be the worst entry. If you see it breakdown, may be a good point for a stop loss. Moving on, Lulu had their earnings last night. Let's take a look. So here, let's go back up to the 4-hour. Looking at Lululemon, they actually didn't say anything amazing on their earnings, but they popped up, and I'm kind of thinking this is a trick, but it could lead to them going up. Or they came up, tapped in the supply zone just barely. If we zoom in and take a look, you can see it just barely came in there. And yeah, one thing I would expect to happen is for it to come down and at least make new lows, but you know, no guarantees. We did get some changes of character to the upside, so because of that, I'm leaving this alone. But if I were playing it to the upside, I don't know, I would watch for either a pullback to about 520 before it tries to take out, or not 520, 320 before it tries to take out 340, or look out for a pullback to about 327 before it tries to take out the highs up here at 354. I'm not personally touching it. I don't like the spreads on the contracts, but just wanted to chart that for you. And then going and taking a look at Neo once again. So it looks like Neo is breaking down. Luckily, the contracts I have were only about $5 per contract. Threw about 25 in. So I'm gonna be down on that. But you know, I'll kind of just hold them just in case something happens. I don't know. They're not going to be worth anything, so I probably don't have a choice but to hold them. And going on, looking at AMD, AMD's been getting some interesting, well, they're just trading in an interesting range. Ideally, here, let me move up to the daily, see if I see anything different. Weekly, okay, back to the 4-hour. So AMD is really kind of just trading in the range. They are moving up as NVIDIA's moving up. I would say their resistance level, if they can get above 168 and hold above 168, next I would look for about 171, and then 170, 250, and then look for them to, probably run up to 175. But if they can't hold above 178, then don't worry about it. The support looks like it's around about 164. So if they break below that, I would look for them to come and, test their 160 levels that they've been testing. Right now, they've kind of just been trading in a range. But with NVIDIA taking off, maybe they decide they want to start taking off too. And then Tesla, chart-wise, they're kind of in the same situation as AMD. But when I look at it, ideally, I would like to see Tesla come down and, make this low, and then before coming up and, running to highs. That is my strategy. We've really just been trading in this huge range since April 24th. So we've been trading in this huge range right here. We're still in the same range. Tesla has not done anything. It's had some pops and it's had some drops, but Tesla's really just been in a range, and I saw there is a crazy amount of unusual options activity at 170 and it expires tomorrow. I grabbed a couple 170 puts. We'll see what happens. Once again, playing for profits, and I like the trade because it kind of supports the way I trade. So yeah, that would be it coming down, and then once it comes down here, close out and probably look to get calls. But we'll see if that actually plays out. Apple is looking interesting as well. So we have a new range on Apple from about 193 to 190, just about 197. A good place to load up on Apple is about this 194 level. There is a demand zone right here. So if you see Apple at 194, of course, know that the bottom of the range is 193. So if it falls below that, it could fall some more. But if you see it at 194, don't be surprised to see it come test 197 within the following days, if not the same day. And then we have GME. GME looks like it's trending up, but once again, I still want to see it close this gap. I don't think it's ready yet. I think the way I trade, if you know the market structure and everything, kind of got our first high over here. So we got our second high over this. Now we need to come play into this demand before coming up and testing new highs. So yeah, just know if I see GME around $24, hey, I'm grabbing some calls, but otherwise I'm leaving it alone. And then last but certainly not least, I just want y'all to continue to pay attention to the dollar and what it's doing. Just know as this comes down, stocks will run up. Notice we've come down sometimes, and I also want to say sometimes the market lags. So we had this large movement down, and you'll notice this day the stock market kind of traded sideways if we were to put them side by side. And then yesterday we kind of ran up, but yesterday the stock market ran up, but this kind of went up. But this is kind of emulating the side by side trading, or this is kind of the side by side trading, and then this is kind of, so maybe we may be in for a pullback, and maybe my spy plays trade out. But that is going to be your watch list for today. Be sure to smash the like button. Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.